It's recording again.
Sorry, I had to stop for a second. Anyways, I'm continuing.
Constrictions of YouTube, I understand.
Um, well, Bobby, I wanted to ask you a couple more questions as far
Shoot.
as so from these coaching sessions that we've had, this is the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of want to get a brief synopsis as far as what have you learned from talking to me about your focal issue.
I've learned that it's not as big of a deal as I thought it might have been to try and overcome this. It's turning out to be a lot easier than I thought it was, and this whole issue probably could have been avoided in the first place if I just caught it when it first started. But I just didn't ever think it was a big deal, so I let it continue and never did anything about it. But now with this class, doing the development plan, I think has been really helpful. And it turns out it's pretty easy to stick to and pretty easy to follow through with. It's just, the time. It's got to wait for the time for when these instances present themselves. So yeah, that's that's the thing I've learned the most probably is that the development plan has definitely helped. I think the most helped me solidify my goals and what I need to do to achieve those goals. Even gives me a part of a timeline, a way to stick to them. So I think that's been the best thing so far I've gotten out of this.
Okay. Where can you get support with your focal issue moving forward, if any?
Could always talk to my teachers, email my teachers or whatever, something like that. Do something like that. Talk to them, email, what have you. Making sure. Asking about how I'm doing participation-wise in class. Am I speaking up enough? Is valid? All that. You can always do that. And then just it's basically mostly going to be on me though, because I'll know when I participate in class and I'll know if it's good or not, for the most part. And also with work, I'm going to be the only one who knows. I'm not going to ring my boss. I'm not going to be like, hey, can you just watch and see if I'm asserting myself enough? I'm not going to have him do that. He probably wouldn't do it anyways. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't even know what to do. So that's just something I'm going to have to watch out for myself and feel I'll be able to be motivated enough because it's something I want to work at and keep improving on. So I think I'm just the biggest person who needs to keep myself in check.
I agree with you. I'm glad you noticed that it's very independent.
Yeah.
Behavioral monitoring for this specific instance, I think it's very useful. And I hope we talked about things you can do, obviously the tallying,
Mm-hmm.
even just talking to your feedback on yourself, obviously, and feedback from your friends, family, as far as how they think you've changed. You said you're emailing your teachers, getting feedback from them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very important. I think, what are your next steps as far as improving this? Do you think you're completely successfully overcome this issue, or do you think there's next steps to be developed?
I think right now, I'm not completely over the issue. I don't think it's me. It's not that simple. That I can just do it in a couple of weeks. But I think I'm gonna. Oh God, sorry. Oh, can't stop yawning. It's gonna be just stick to the development plan for right now. I think it's a good plan that I can follow through for a while, especially with school and work. And I can always think about building on it and working from there. So yeah, I think for right now it's just stick to the development plan. Keep my motivation high, keep the recordings going on, monitor my behavior, and then if I reach somewhat of a plateau, I can always take a look back at my development plan and adjust it from there.
Okay, sounds good. I'm glad we got that established. Another thing kind of wanted to get around to is how could you wrap up this focal issue after assessing the development plan? How can you completely wrap it up and maybe possibly overcome the issue completely?
That's a hard question. I don't know if it's ever going to be completely done with. It's just mainly I just gotta keep at it and make sure I'm when appropriate asserting what I need what I believe in participating like when it comes to work like in meetings speaking out participating saying what I believe saying what I'm thinking. So I don't think it's ever going to be like a completely done issue because there's always going to be new situations that present themselves that only maintain my focus on what I'm doing and that I'm keep sticking to it, I guess. So I think it's just going to be an ongoing process for quite a while, which I'm okay with because it's not it's not an overly difficult thing to be doing. It's just more of keeping alert for it.
Okay. Are there any more instances where you feel like you spoke up last week?
Um, other trying to think. Um, the class.
At work or anything?
At work, I guess there was another instance where it was after the talking with my boss and the other guy about the Friday night shifts. I've thought about just talking more about more scheduling conflicts that like I have a new schedule. I talked to him about that we're gonna have to talk to my boss about talking soon again about my new schedule coming up with next semester. Classes are different. I have to change my schedule up again at work because classes are on different nights next semester. Um, so that's
What
one
did
thing.
he say about that?
So that's fine. Just let me know whenever you're ready to talk about it. Bring me your availability, and we'll figure whatever we need to figure out.
How do you think you address your points as far as your good days, but while incorporating your class schedule?
Well, my good days I still have off class, so those aren't going to be affected. It's just mainly just the other days of the week that I'm having one open up and one close, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. It's just saying if I lose one shift, I need to make sure I get another shift on the other day because I can't really just take an extra day off work. It's not going to work out well. So like I'm having class on Thursday nights now, and I usually work Thursday mornings, and I have to switch that because now I have Tuesday nights opening up. I want to have class Tuesday. I'll have to see if I can work Tuesday nights now or Tuesday mornings or whatever instead of Thursdays. So that shouldn't be too big of a problem. People should be pretty flexible to move that around. So I'll see what happens when it comes to that within the next few weeks.
I'm glad, Bobby. I'm glad you see what you're doing, and as far as you use our strategies, it seems like what we talked about. So I think I'm just gonna conclude this coaching meeting, and then we'll move forward next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, have a good night.
All right. Excellent. You too.